Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mark from SolarGames, and today, unfortunately, we have to talk about Amazon again because scammers abound. There's a lot of scammers and scamming and all sorts of shadiness going on in this world. But of course, right now, we have to deal with more scammers. And unfortunately, I am a scam victim. Part of this is mostly me also kind of testing the system, making sure, like, just double checking these things for you guys. And realistically, I mean, look, I already showed you guys in many different videos how you can get your money back if you actually have been scammed on Amazon. Obviously, protect yourself. But I will say this, right? It's a lot of hassle to kind of go through and figure that out. Anyways, what have I actually been scammed on? Great question. So recently there was an Amazon post, right? And Modern Horizons 3 came out. Modern Horizons Collector Booster Boxes are selling very hot. It's a very expensive item. Of course, somebody on Amazon then goes and says, I'm going to post this for $320, I think it was like $325, something like that. Some cheap price that's like below market, but not too much below market. So it seems kind of like a reasonable price, right? The other point too is also the original posting also was fulfilled by Amazon, which just means that like it's like these are the vendors who ship their items to Amazon warehouse and they have Amazon warehouse ship the items out and to us, the customers. I don't know how behind the scenes this all works, but my, expectation from Amazon is that they're checking inventory. They're checking to make sure that when vendors ship you a box of Modern Horizons 3 Collector Booster Boxes, that they're actually Modern Horizons 3 Collector Booster Boxes, not, a spoon or something, right? So unfortunately, of course, I go through, I purchase the item, and then I tell my patrons kind of on Discord, hey guys, like I saw this deal, it looks a little bit weird, but hey, looks like a pretty good deal, right? Of course, right away, some of my fans, patrons, whatever, tipped me off to say, hey, Mark, be careful. This is a Chinese seller from Shenzhen or Guangzhou. I forgot which city specifically in China, but kind of a weird location to be selling magic cards from, right? Okay, problem number one. Second, they're a big cosmetic seller, so they sell a bunch of cosmetics. They're not a magic dealer. I mean, card games, whatever, is not their thing. Okay, red flag number two. And then, of course, thirdly, like, if you look at what's happening with some of the reviews already, other people are saying, yep, scam. Because apparently this price has been around for a while, and I'm not the first one to see it, right? So basically, I'm like, you know what? Let's do it anyways, because at this point, I've already made my purchase. And it was, by the way, limited one box per customer, so almost feels like a Amazon thing. Maybe Amazon thought it was the real box, so they did a weird, like, sale thing for I don't know how this works, by the way. Anyways, so of course, as soon as basically my box starts shipping, I then also see other posting on other places, Reddit, etc., that say things like, yeah, I got like a utensil, I got a fork, I got a spoon. Like basically people, like whatever people are buying, they're just shipping them like household wares and obviously nothing, it's not the magic cards. It's not the collector boosters, right? So basically, at that point, I was like, well, I could cancel my item, right? I can go to Amazon, hey, don't deliver this thing. Or let them ship it. And I could dive deeper into how disgusting this world has become. So, of course, your boy Mark from Solar Games never disappoints, always bringing truth to cardboard and making sure that you, the audience, don't get scammed, because I'll take the scams. So first of all, I get this box from Amazon, shipped to me. All throughout the whole delivery process, they didn't even stop this thing, even though the seller's page is like bombarded. The item at some point actually got taken off the platform. And right before that, the seller made a desperate move. And I think they were at one point charging $4.99. Like, yes, $4.99 for the collector booster. At that point, I knew it was a scam. I'm just waiting for the box so I can show you how deep the scam is. But of course, like, if they're charging you $4.99, it's not a real item. Okay, just duh, right? But of course, the standard Amazon thing nowadays for expensive items like this, you have to give the driver a code or else they can't deliver the item to you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So gave them the code, but right off the bat, I knew there's something wrong. Here's why. For those of you who are kind of watching in the audience, right? Tell me how much you think a collector booster box should weigh. Should it weigh 0.4 pounds? By the way, this 0.4 is really interesting. For those of you guys who don't ship a lot of items, you don't really know what the significance of this, but a 0.4 pounds, especially with the USPS carrier, is the kind of like the minimum amount It's the maximum of the lowest tier for the cheapest shipping, right? So if you're shipping from, let's say, whatever, location, if you can package things under 0.4 pounds or about like 4 ounces or so, you can essentially ship for like the cheapest rate, right? And then usually the rate increases by every 4 ounces above that. So like 4, 8, 12, 16, effectively 1 pound exactly, right? So that number is significant. Also, if you know how much a collector booster box weighs, it does not weigh 0.4 pounds. So this box, it's not a collector booster, okay? So right away I knew that. But I also figured, you know what? I'm not gonna open it. I'm gonna open it with you guys because I want you to see what I actually get in here and then see if, you know, just how deep this scam goes. So here, go ahead and we're gonna open it and let's find out together, shall we? What exactly I was shipped from, I guess, Amazon. Now, the other problem with Amazon fulfillment, right, is that can you guys see what's going on? Is this actually an empty box? Did I get a bag of air in here? The other problem with Amazon fulfillment, by the way, is that because it's fulfilled by Amazon, Amazon has higher confidence that they're doing the right thing, that they're shipping you the right item. So the actual process to get your refund is a little bit more complicated. As an example, something like this, they probably need more extensive research or whatever. So they may require you to take a photo with the item. I mean, I'm well protected because I'm literally taking a video of me opening the box. I mean, you know, like this is a sealed box, right? There's Amazon original sealing. There's no problems here. So anyways, let's see it. Let's take a look what's inside. Okay, so I got, what is this? I got the Amelmon pouring tools made in China. Are these, what are these? It's like a bow tie. What did I get? So, okay, guys, so here's my 6 booster pack collector booster box, obviously, okay? For you guys who don't understand, this is obviously a collector booster box, right? Of Modern Horizons 3. Yeah, so what the hell is this? What is this? Is this like this is like a makeup thing, right? It's like a makeup thing on your face. Is that what this is? That's got to be what this is, right? So here you go, 6 of these guys, $325, of course, right? But it is shipped by the vendor, so I'm actually kind of curious, right? So this is from Amemon, right? 6-piece O-ring tools. I have no clue, right? So this is what the labels say. I have no clue what that means, so it is what it is. Yeah, so in my case, I got makeup. I guess these are, what do they call powder? You guys know what this is, right? Like powder, whatever, powdering things, right, for your face. I think that's what this is. This looks like it. They're 6-piece of. Again, that makes sense because this is a makeup vendor. So this actually makes me kind of interested, right? So I wonder if there's a case of this issue. This may actually just be an Amazon issue. So did I get scammed by Amemon or did I get scammed by Amazon? Think about it, right? Maybe this vendor is totally fine. They went to Amazon, they're shipping their like makeup pouches, whatever, and you know, all that stuff is all good. But somehow listed these as Modern Horizons 3 collector booster boxes and charged $325 for it. So I have no clue who's actually scamming. I know some of my audience actually work at Amazon, so if you guys have a clue, look up the seller Amemon, Amimon, and tell me, like maybe internally, you know, what's happening with these, right? So obviously somebody made a mistake or it's a scam. I don't think Amazon's running a scam, but they sure as hell are making it really difficult to give like refunds for people who are basically scammed, right? So there it is. My 2 cents on this whole issue, like obviously I'll be fine, guys. Don't worry about me. I'll get my money back. I've never had an issue with getting a refund from Amazon, especially the detail level of me doing this kind of like opening, making sure it's very well documented what I open, how I open, what's inside, all of the stuff matches with the vendor, right? There's that. Number 2 is that the reality of all the stuff is basically, look, it's, I don't know who's messing up, man. Like, honestly, Amazon, if you're going to do fulfillment services, do your fucking job, man. Like when these things come to your warehouse, how can your staff put this on the shelf and say this is Modern Horizons 3? When they pull this off the shelf to pack it into a box, how can they say this is Modern Horizons 3? To me, something is just way off, right? Maybe you need to pay your staff a little bit more so they're actually paying attention to these things. Maybe you need to hire better robots, right? That can, I don't know, recognize that this is not the same as the picture of the item that you're selling on the website. Because the downside of all this stuff, this mistake, is this costs Amazon money because they don't actually want to do this, right? Now, are there going to be a lot of people who are going to get scammed here and basically not ask for a refund? It's a non-zero amount of people, which makes me really sad, right? But the problem is because maybe there's some people who don't do it, effectively Amazon actually nets zero on this whole thing, right? So yeah, they lose money because they've spent time and effort shipping, packing, whatever, my box, and they're gonna have to provide me a refund, maybe ask me to ship this thing back, which is more money on their part, right? But at the same time, they're also maybe gonna be doing that for all the other people who are gonna ship this item back. So that's normally a net loss, but maybe some people don't take a refund. And then they just kind of keep this thing for whatever, $325. Actually, you know what? I take that back. That's not a lot of money because that money goes to the seller. It goes to this person, does not go to Amazon. So it kind of doesn't equate. So Amazon should take action on this because this is a problem. But I would just say, if you're going to do Amazon fulfillment, right, and then put all this barrier around how like you're ensuring the item is fulfilled, shipped, all that stuff, then do your fucking job and verify that you have the boxes, right? You're a vendor. I get it. There's like a billion items on Amazon you can buy. And I get it. There's a billion sellers who are always selling different things and there could be scams, whatever. But you need to do verification. That's your job, right? That's like me shipping the wrong magic card to my buyers and saying, well, too bad, right? Like, send me all this verification and, dance around the block and run around the block, naked with magic card, then I'll give you a refund. Is that really necessary? That's your fault, right? It's 100% your fault if you make a mistake as the seller and vendor. So there you go. Anyways, Mark from SolarGames. So be careful. Look, if the deal is too good, by the way, Modern Horizons 3 collector booster boxes on Amazon are now back up to $400, which is probably the price that they should have been, right? Obviously. And that makes sense. Those are probably totally fine from Amazon. If you want to buy them, 400 is still a little bit high. I would say go to like, I don't know, go to like TCG Player, probably a little lower there. Personally, I ran a sale for my patrons, $365 a box for my patrons, but I had a very limited quantity. But I was willing to kind of give them for a really good price for them because I want to reward loyalty. I want to provide my Magic patrons who, honestly, I have not provided them a lot of items recently, something, right? So there's that. Many different ways to get it. I would say Amazon is kind of like your last resort, but it does deliver pretty fast, so there's that, right? But your general LGS are going to be better for buying these things anyway. So just go to them, go to TCG Player, whatever floats your boat. That's probably how I would acquire Modern Horizons 3 collector booster boxes. The second thing about those, by the way, is just, again, looking at the market data, looking at where things are settling. Even if Modern Horizons 3 booster boxes are not overprinted, my kind of fear right now is that the market is saturating, meaning a lot of people have bought a lot of products. They have to spend money and wait for the next set, etc. So there's not a lot of demand, honestly, for Modern Horizons 3. Given how good the set is, given how, limited the print run should be, these boxes should be going to $450, $500, right? But maybe it's just too soon. Maybe this thing is just released for a month and it's not quite the time yet for that burst, right? But my kind of long-term perspective is that this thing should have been like $450, $500. But maybe that takes a year. And maybe that's why it's not moving right now. So $375 is actually a pretty decent price if you want to pick it up and hold, right? Something like that. But anyways, that's going to do for me for today. I'm Mark from SolarGames. Let me get scammed so you don't have to. Stay classy.